Good morning, people. Good morning. How are you today? Trying to get all of these things mic up. I'm still not sounding like I want to sound, but it's okay. Today is our terrific Tuesday. As you're coming in the chat, put terrific Tuesday in the chat. I want to introduce you to a new text today because I'm Christian and I love the Christian church and the Christian movement. Today's text, along with all the other texts that we have, of course, Red Sea Rules. I want to introduce you to this, the post-quarantine church, Tom Rayner, the post-quarantine church. We'll be working through that as well as we get ready for our national convention, which is next month. So, few church announcements. First and foremost, fifth Sunday service, Louisville, Kentucky. Everybody come in the chat. Put Louisville, Kentucky. The Big Harpeth Association will be in Louisville for their fifth Sunday service. Second announcement. The Lynn Creek Association will be in their Sunday school convention at their tabernacle in Franklin. Third announcement. Third announcement is this: the regional meeting for the Southern region will be in Montgomery, Alabama, and I will have to share the gospel on Saturday. So be lifting me in prayer. So Montgomery, if you're in Montgomery, come out. If you're in Franklin, Tennessee, come out. If you're in Louisville, Kentucky, come out. So we have several announcements on this morning. We say good morning to Angela. We say good morning to Valina. We say good morning to everyone else who is on. It is the fifth Sunday. The fifth Sunday means that the women will be in charge of the services. And we will have some individuals that will be speaking the word on Sunday, because guess what? I'll be in Montgomery, Alabama. But anyway, everybody put growth. Type in the chat growth. How are you and I growing? What are you doing to grow? Are you in the right environment? Do you surround yourself by the right people? Are you breathing the right air? Are you breathing the right air? You know, how successful people grow. That was the book I'm using by John Maxwell. Your purpose, your people, your soil. Purpose, people, soil. Am I in the right area to grow? And I've learned this, Angela, and I learned this, Valina. Some of the best soil, some of the best things, or compost, we'll call it compost, to keep people or to grow plants and vegetables come from a lot of things, come from mess. Let me just say that. A bunch of mess mixed together the right way fertilizes the soil so that plants and flowers and crops can grow. A bunch of mess mixed the right way can be the conduit for growth for plants and crops and all of those things. So there are times in our life when you and I have to learn how to, or allow God to mix our mess the right way so it can grow us. And what is your mess? Everybody put in the chat, mess. What is your mess? What is my mess? We all have a mess. We've all been a mess. So I'm learning that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I can thank God today for my mess. The mess is what kept me glued to God, Valina. And because the mess kept me glued to God, it was the mess that I learned to grow through. Mark chapter 4. Everybody put that in the chat. Mark chapter 4. I need you to go read Mark chapter 4. Jesus does some teaching on the parable of the seed sower. And Mike, what did he say? He said some fell by the wayside. Some fell where there was not much earth. Some fell on stony ground and some fell on good ground. You got to go back and read that. You got to go read that, because I'm learning where I land or where I fall has the potential to influence my growth. And I understand, Elizabeth, now that the mess became the thing that God used to grow me. Had it not been for the mess, I would not be where I am in God, and I would not be who I am with God. Thank God for the mess of sin first. While we were yet sinners, Christ died. Thank God for that mess. So I'm thankful for all the messes that I experience now, because James teaches me how to count in my mess. He says, count it all joy. So I'm grateful for the mess. And the mess has been my momentum to move me closer to God. Can somebody shout, I'm a mess? I'm a mess. You a mess. We all a mess. But in the midst of us being a mess, God uses our mess. God still uses our mess. Ray, he uses our mess. Joseph, the life of Joseph in the book of Genesis 37 through 50. You know, Genesis closes out with Joseph, and Joseph's life was a mess. Had he not been sold into slavery, he never would have gotten where he arrived. And I'm going to close on this. And the book says that how successful people grow. Everybody put that in the chat. How successful people grow. Yeah, how successful people grow. He said at some point in your life, if you want to grow out of your mess, in your mess, with your mess, so that your mess can become a message, you have to begin to enjoy the journey. You and I have to begin to enjoy the journey. Yeah, we have to enjoy the journey. I need to learn how to enjoy the journey. Joseph sold, Joseph jailed, Joseph the prince. Once again, sold, jailed, prince. Sold, jailed, becomes the prince. Bunch of mess. Sold, jailed, prince, but then he becomes some type of redeemer, because when his brothers come and need sustenance and substance, who do they run into? Joseph, who was positioned because of the mess he had gone through. And I gotta thank God today that God will position me in some places. And the only thing, well, not the only, excuse me, one of the valid things that validate me for being in the position I'm in, not the only, one of the things that validate the position I'm in now is because God got me through the mess. Can anybody shout today and thank God that you are where you are because he got you through the mess? I feel like hollering, Shannon. I feel like hollering, Jackie. I feel like hollering. St. James Primitive Baptist Church. Jackie, do y'all have any church announcements? Would you put those on there, please? I know I said Linden Creek had Sunday school convention. But anyway, let me get back. Listen, Mindy, you don't stop getting upset. Tammy, stop getting upset because of your mess. God is about to show you who he is even in the mess. As a matter of fact, the only way and the only reason you're still in the mess and haven't given up on life is because God has gotten in the mess with you. He's felt what you felt. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what it is to be in that mess. And guess what, Larissa? He's gotten in the mess with us. Can anybody shout? And thank God for the mess that we have gone through and experienced, because God stepped in the mess with me. And because he stepped in the mess with me, I can enjoy the journey. I can go on now. I can think on things that are just. I can think on things that are kind. I can think on things that are lovely. I can think on those things where there's virtue, where there's praise. I can think on those things because of the mess. I used to let the mess talk to me about how messy it was. But now I get to talk to the mess about how good God is to me. So anybody listening to me today, just start talking to your mess. Mess, you're not going to bother me today. Mess, you're not going to mess with my mind today. Miss, you can go on somewhere today, because this is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad. And Romans says, well, Romans 8, Romans 8, neither height nor depth, nor principality, nor things present, nor things that come, famine, pearl, nakedness, sword, any other creature, all that mess should be able to separate me from the love of God. So now you have two scriptures today, Mark 4, Romans 8. I need you to read both of them. And if in the event some mess pops up today, say, I can do all things, hey, through Christ that strengthens me. Say, greater is it. Speak to your mess today. And guess what? Satan will plant some mess in your mind. He'll plant some mess in your mind. But you can speak to your mess today. Listen, enjoy the journey, because it's worth it. What's today? Terrific Tuesday, and we're going to grow today. We're going to enjoy the journey. You're going to wake up. You've already awakened. You're going to be steadfast, unimmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Our brother from Atlanta is on. Larissa is on. Larissa is out of the country, and I'm grateful for Risa. Oh, ooh. Wow, Wendell. That's good, man. That is good. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Y'all give it up for that. That's powerful, man. That is powerful. Did y'all hear that? Hey, man, and I gotta forgive me. We gotta learn to forgive us. We gotta learn to forgive us. Yes, that's deep, man. That's deep. Larissa said, wow. That's why we come to Capri Care. Wendell Fields, everybody. Everybody, Wendell. Wendell, I'm gonna call you, man. We're gonna do a show, a live show, because I want you on the broadcast. And we want to talk about just that alone, because people don't think you can live after that experience. So thank you for telling us and sharing with us what you've shared with us today. Hey, y'all, it's Capri Cares. Know that I care that I know. Let's grow today. Let's go today. Let's go today, and let's grow today. Hey, how successful people grow. Enjoy the journey. Be blessed.